Welcome to my free-to-play guide on the Doric's Quest 1 all the way up to 4. As for the requirements, you will need a maximum of 40 smithing, 2 bronze, 4 iron, 30 steel, 8 mithril, and 48 adamant bars. Keep in mind, you pretty much only need the steel and the bronze. For adamant, you can bypass that by going to the Grand Exchange and buying the full adamant set plus 2. You can also buy a normal mithril longsword, a normal mithril warhammer, and a normal iron full helm. Afterwards, you won't need any adamant bars, and then the rest of the bars you'll need half, except the 2 bronze bars, as you will always need 2. Don't forget to have the 2 bronze bars in your inventory and make your way to the Falador Lodestone. From here, you want to run north. And you could also bring your little amulet that you did get from the quest. What's mine is yours. If you ever lost it, you can speak to Doric to get it again. Okay, now for here, you speak to Doric, and this will require 10 smithing. You'll want to hit option 1. Do you have any smithing tips for me? And he'll be like, yep. You'll say, yep, I'm listening. And then just accept it. And again, you will need the 4 iron bars, or 2. Accept it. And go to the anvil. And we will be making the iron full helm plus 1. Now we pretty much wait until it's completed. Now that that's done, we'll be going to the Artisan's Metal Workshop. Enter Falador. Make your way southeast, going to the Mining Guild. Once you're almost at the Mining Guild, it's actually the building to the east. Speak to the NPC at the north wall, Axel. Hit option 1 to deliver, and he'll be like, yep, here's the helmet. Once you have done that, congratulations, you have completed the first task of the mini quest. You'll get 250 smithing experience with 750 bonus XP on the amulet. Now for part 2. Now for Doric's Quest Part 2. And again, this does require the 2 bronze bars and the 10 steel bars. So we'll make our way back to our man Doric. Speak to him. Hit option 1 for yes, more smithing task. And accept. For this, it does require the 20 smithing. Once you have done that, he will tell you that he'll need some chain bodies. So, on the nearby anvil, go to steel bars, the base, and we'll be making a chain body. We'll actually be making 2 chain bodies. And they cannot be bought from the Grand Exchange. So you physically need the 10 steel bars for this. Once the little orange bar is almost ran out, you'll actually want to refill, which this is taking a lot longer than I thought, but it's perfectly fine. Now just one more chain body. Remember, has to be a chain body, cannot be a plate body. In which case, this is going to take a long time again to make at the anvil. And like I said earlier, it does help to buy the items like the full set anime +2, except the shield, as that is not required. And you'll want a plate body and plate legs instead of a chain skirt and the chain body. Although if you're a hardcore Iron Man or Iron Man, you'll actually just need to physically make the items, in which case you'll need the full amount of bars that was shown at the beginning of the guide. Now that we are almost done, you want to make your way to the Birth Orb Lodestone. In my case, I'll just teleport there, which you will not have this ring, so just make any means by to it. And a little fun fact, on the workbench, there is the Wolfbane dagger. He's like, what could he want this for? So, let's make our way to the Birth Orb Lodestone. From the Birth Orb Lodestone, we'll be going northeast and speaking to the Commander Dunlip, which he seems to be invisible for me right now. Okay, there we go. Speak to him, hit option 1, talk about Doric's task. Say, yep, I have your armor right here. Perfect. My men will share 2 plate bodies for, what, 20 soldiers? So yeah, good luck on that. Next, he'll say that the cannon is broken. He's like, what? He's like, I have another task. I require you to make another cannon for me. For that, now we return back to Falador. This is where you will need the 2 bronze bars that are in your inventory. From the lodestone, go north. Speak to Doric again. Hit option 1. And you'll tell him that you need a... Well, he'll give you the mold, hopefully. If not, you'll just want to use the 2 bronze bars on the nearby anvil. And then you'll make the cannon part. For here, luckily it doesn't take like 2 minutes. So once that is done, make your way back to the Birth Orb Lodestone any way possible. And then actually from the Lodestone, you'll want to go north into the castle. Outside, you should see a ladder. You climb up it. And your screen might be a little dark, so you could right-click the minimap icon, Sky, in Filters, and then click something else for it to highlight it, so you can actually see to repair the cannon that's broken. I don't know if it's always the same cannon, but mine is just the north middle. Once that has been completed, we will speak to the commander again. So, climb down the ladder. And make your way east. Speak to him, hit option 1, and that will be task part 2 complete for 500 smithing experience and 1,500 bonus experience added to the amulet. Let's make our way back to Falador Lodestone. For task number 3, you will need the 30 smithing along with 8 iron bars, or 4. Head north and speak to Doric again. Hit option 1. Accept the quest, and we'll be going north to talk to the Goblin Generals. Continue to go north because it's a long while. Open the doors and speak to either Bent Nose or Warp Face. Hit option 2. You do not want to talk about the archaeology skill. And you'll be like, what weapons do you require? And they will say, how about a Mithril Longsword +1 and a Mithril Warhammer +1? He's like, that's oddly specific. Why Mithril? Why not Runic? But little do they know, it's not best in slot. So, we'll make our way back to the Doroc's Anvil, and we do have that task list for the items that they do want. And again, you will need 4 Mithril bars, or 4, depending if you already have the longsword and the warhammer in your inventory. Smith at the anvil, +1, and we'll be making the warhammer. And now pretty much we gotta wait even longer this time, which I know this video is gonna be very long, but I would like the real time. That way, well, unless it's like super long. And actually, this seems to be pretty much faster than the steel chain body, which is pretty odd. But again, this one requires 2 bars instead of 5, so that might be why it seems a little bit quicker. And now we make the Mithril Longsword +1. And you know what? I now have 44 smithing. Now that both items have been made, for some reason it does not check mark it, but it's okay. We want to go north and speak to the generals again to give them their most powerful weapon ever, Mithril. Again, they should have asked for something stronger like Runite, but I'm not even sure if they know of that yet, which, I mean, of course, we do have Elder Runes, so they're pretty much going to be decades behind our requirements. So talk to them, hit option 2, and then you will give them the weapons. That is Doric's task 3. That has been completed for 750 smithing experience and 2,250 bonus experience added to the amulet. For task number 4 and the very final one, you'll want to make your way back for one final time. So speak to Doric, hit option 1, and this time he'll tell you, along with needing 40 smithing, which is pretty much 48 animate bars, unless you already made the +2 everything beforehand. For this, we will want to go to the Metal Artisan Workshop. Again, that's in the southeast of Falador, so make your way there as quickly as possible. And again, you need the Adamant Full Helm +2, Adamant Plate Body +2, Plate Legs +2, the Gauntlets +2, and the Boots +2. Once you enter, you may need to speak to Axel, who's here, and if this is not the NPC, you'll want to go and speak to Suak. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And then he'll tell you about the Ancient Burial armor set that requires pretty much you break down your own armor and then hit option 2. So how do I make this burial armor? And then he will teach you the secret. Once that is done, click Heat Forge, go to Mithril, and then where it says armor, you'll need to make the adamant burial set. And again, this requires all the armor, which you can buy from the Grand Exchange. Hit option 2, so don't ask again. And you made all one pieces. So now we just break this down pretty much. And this gets you increased experience for breaking down the full set at once. If you accidentally messed up, you'll only be breaking one out of the 5 pieces, in which case you'll need to go to the Grand Exchange and or make and buy another of that item, because you want to use the full burial set option. And pretty much this is where the majority of your smithing experience will come from, which is burial sets. And then this will take an extra long time. But if you notice, I am getting some nice experience drops. The only issue is that it might take me about a minute or so, but basically once you are done, you want to speak to Suak one final time, and that will be it for all the free-to-play Doric's quest. As there is another sets for him, however, you will need a maximum of 70 smithing, and you will need to be a member for that, because he has 4 additional tasks for you to do, which the experience does get better and better for the bonus experience. And speaking of bonus experience, remember that amulet we did get? If you click on it to gain experience, I highly suggest you to always choose smithing. Any stored bonus experience that you have gotten from the previous task will stack up, and then as you use it for smithing, now I'm getting pretty much double the experience thanks to the bonus experience. And you can also go to your skills tab and hover over smithing, and it will say the bonus experience left over, which means you'll need half the experience getting up to the next level and possibly the next level after that, because I still have 4,000 bonus experience, meaning this will be good for 8,000 experience. And of course, once you do each task higher and higher, you'll get more experience each time. Bonus experience, that is. And we are almost done, which I know this guide's pretty much about 21 minutes, which is very long, but I mean, this is like real time. So you could follow this completely from step 1 all the way to step 2 without pausing it. Although I did teleport to Berthor pretty quickly a couple times. A couple more swings. And we're done. With that, speak to him. And there is Doric's task 4, completed for 1,500 smithing experience, along with 4,500 bonus experience added to the amulet. With that, thank you all so much for watching this extremely long guide, and enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, as it really does help.